2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everyone. Tonight, the Portland Trail Blazers against the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, for the Grizzlies, they managed to take Game 1 of the season series against this team, looking to seal their series advantage with a win tonight. And in this one, a fantastic matchup in the middle. Shaq, what does the ideal center bring to a basketball team?
Well, these days, it's someone who can beat you both in the post and facing up. You protect the rim, but you also got to be able to switch out on the guards.
To me, it's great centers like Hakeem and like the big fella here, Shaq.
Well, thank you, Kenny.
You know, you can build around them with confidence. When the biggest player on the court is the best player, you really got something there.
That's for sure. That'll do it. Both teams ready to tip off. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River. Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Perry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Now the race for Rookie of the Year, and a look here at the top-ranked rookies as they close out their first season in the NBA. A very talented bunch. And you look at Morant all season long. He's proven again and again that he's the cream of the crop. He's in the top spot right now, and the hardware could be his.
And there's no more deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
Me too. And it's the way that he's just sustained his level of play for the entire season. So consistent. No major peaks, no huge valleys. That's pretty impressive stuff and heady stuff from a rookie.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, Damian Lillard is not just the best player on the Blazers. He's the team's unquestioned leader. But he said leadership is not all about talking. It's about letting others hold you accountable, too. Being coachable and committing to a common purpose. For him, guys, being a leader doesn't mean he puts himself above his teammates.
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. Brent, at this point, perennial contenders sometimes coast through the final games of the regular season. Any danger that they can't hit that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. I mean, you and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about
the time
going into the playoffs. Teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
Now we'll look at Memphis's starting group. We've got Morant. Anderson is out there with Brooks. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Melton in a two-guard. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Whiteside, and it's Ariza in at the small forward. 2 on the clock, and the shot goes in.
Well, McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. That's a tough one there.
Now here's Morant. Shoots over Lillard, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And it's McCollum in the corner. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
Well, the coach has confidence in CJ taking that shot, and so CJ has confidence in making it.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. Over Whiteside. Valanciunas, good.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Now here's McCollum. He's coming off a 22-point game against Phoenix.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Now Morant, following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. Morant, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Whiteside, good.
Well, Whiteside beats everybody to the ball, but then maybe the wingspan helps out. 7'7", reach over the top, snatch that.
Now here's Morant, guarded closer. Basket, good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. Out left to the wing. With some arc, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Here's Anthony. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Even with the contest, I don't think that's bothering Carmelo Anthony. It seems like once he's on the spot, he knows he can get that shot.
Melton passes to Anderson. The dish to Morant. Anderson trying to free himself up. And it's Morant. That time on the assist by Anderson.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Morant. Here's Whiteside. Count it. Whiteside's got his second bucket of the night.
That's just pure strength and size from Whiteside. Just a Hulk out there. It remains a matchup problem for basically any roster to try to match up physically.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Orlando. Passes it to Melton. But they recover it. Shoots a fader. His first shot is to start the contest. Here's Ariza, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
Just been interesting how it is that Ariza keeps getting on teams, and then the same thing is said about him, about a championship presence, a veteran leader, and still plays some very solid defense at the wing.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Well, the Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Portland with the ball, following the score by Memphis. Whiteside dishes to McCollum. He kicks it to Lillard. Fires the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now here's Morant. Covered by Lillard. And that one's good. Morant.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Pass to McCollum. Takes the 3. The Trailblazers rebound. Here's Whiteside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Morant.
Well, it's almost as if Whiteside had a watch on and showed patience, waiting for the defense to come down and draw the foul.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in a trade, a chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Now here's Anthony. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. Whiteside, good.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Brent, so many state-of-the-art arenas being built. Which feature do you think is most important?
Oh, the hot dog machine. What are we doing, right?
Popcorn, right
and the
next to it.
popcorn.
Hot
What
dog
else,
and
Kevin?
then the popcorn.
Yeah,
Right there.
nachos.
I love nachos.
Okay.
You love nachos.
What else? I mean, what else could we go with there?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a big one.
Because when you're done with all that other stuff, you've got to somehow kind of coat your stomach.
Yep.
You
Was
don't
this
feel bad.
basketball related, or did we go somewhere else
All a
with that?
part of the whole conversation.
I think we covered it.
Here's Morant. Hassan Whiteside made his last pass, and it's blocked by Whiteside.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league.
Now, here's Whiteside. He had 16 points in the win against Phoenix.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds, guys. Can't forget about the fundamentals.
And it's Morant missing.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
McCollum outside. Back to Ariza. Launches a three. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserve.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
Now Morant. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. He gets that one. 10 points for John Morant.
And that was all Morant. Aware of the defense, figuring out how to get to his spot.
To the inside, McCollum. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And you look at the shot chart from McCollum. He's a threat, Greg, from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
Josh Jackson's checked in for the Grizzlies. Jones comes in for Morant. Jones with the bounce pass. Brooks misses.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Hazonia kicks to McCollum. Lasagna, the pass to Trent. Now McCollum. High, arcing shot. And it's Memphis on the break. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Portland leading by 5. Here's Trent. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
Back to Jones. Brooks right side. Back to Jones. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 10. Pass to Trent. Three-pointer. Rebound by Jang. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Offensive rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now here's McCollum. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Jones looking for an opening. to the middle. Knocked away. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. The Grizzlies fourth.
They've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that time. I mean, taking every chance to get out in the open floor.
And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for C.J. McCollum. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. He's getting around 28 points per, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
Here's Simons. Tyus Jones picking up that last basket. 2 points. That one goes. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. Jones from outside. And again, it's Memphis with the 3. We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter. And now, here's Hazonia, guarded by Jackson. And now, here's Hazonia. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. From deep three-point range, C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Portland. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Right back after this break. Key to winning, Damian Lillard broke down the keys.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent, let's play hard, let's do all of these things. And I think as competitors, as professional athletes, we're going to play hard. You're going to be competitive because we're competitors. We don't make it to this level for no reason. But I think at this level, you also have egos.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Mario Hazonia. He's out there with Little, and it's Swan again in at the center.
Go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons where they've placed in the Western Conference.
D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And he makes both free throws. Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisitions.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Hazonia, the pass to Simons. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Back to Hazonia. And the rejection by Jang. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Melton. He gets it in there.
And that's how you do it. Impressive play, explosive finish.
Yeah, sweet finishes like that, you see everybody get up. Look at the guys on the bench. They're fired up.
Here's Simons. And it's good for 2. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Chang, no luck. Trailblazers leading by 4. Simons surveying the D. They get a hand on it. Misses off the right iron. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
Poor execution in that one. Not sure what led to the lack of focus, but coaching staff definitely not happy.
And they made some comments themselves that some of the fault might have lied with them because they didn't go in with the best of game plans and they didn't make the right adjustments. So we'll see tonight if they do.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Valanciunas comes in for Gordy Dang. And it's Morant in for Jones.
Just a great alley-oop there. Teammates connecting. Whiteside with the jam. The D wants no part of that.
Now here's Morant. 10 points for him. Here's Melton. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. Here's Lillard. Down low, here's Anthony. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Well, we talked a lot about the bully ball that Carmelo can play with on display that time.
When you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but right. You know the role that he had, the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Here's Ariza, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Ariza busting out some moves there.
The Grizzlies have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Here's Morant, and Whiteside sends it back.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backdoor.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. And the pass to Jackson. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Lillard with it. Now Valanciunas defending. Good on the shot. Lillard's got 5 now.
Well, the defense sinking and filling the lane, but Lillard stops short and floats one over the top.
Morant with it. 12 points for him. Over Ariza. And it's Morant missing.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. Ariza with the bucket. Grizzlies shooting 45% in quarter number 2. Passes it to Valanciunas. Loose and stolen by Whiteside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Ernie Simmons. And Memphis also making a switch. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Melton passes to Morant. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Valanciunas. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Whiteside's got 7 rebounds in the game. Ariza goes in. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Morant. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
just superior focus from Morant. His determination is what allows him to convert through contact. And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight, and few players are more explosive athletically.
And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected. And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
That's good from Morant. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Now here's Anderson following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Floats one up. And no good. Nice D from Lillard. Portland leading by 5. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists now tonight. Morant kicks to Brooks. Sinks the three-pointer. Brooks has got his second basket of the night.
Sometimes you just wonder, how did Morant see that guy? The vision is special.
Back to Lillard. The three from McCollum. The rebound by Anderson.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Trailblazers making a switch here. Swanigan's checked in. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Memphis. Trailblazers on D. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
McCollum had another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Now here's Morant. 18 points for him.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
The shot by Anthony, no good.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there. Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Morant. Portland making their last shot. A shot off that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
And this has been an outstanding display on the board. And it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game. Doing the dirty work down low.
Good on the triple. 5 points in the game.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
McCollum outside. Kicks to Lillard. A floater. He lays it in. Lillard's got 7 points.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Now here's Morant. D right on him. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
34 seconds left in the first half. McCollum dishes to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
Basket Jang. That shot off, Anthony with the defensive effort. Here is Lillard. He had 25 points in the win against Phoenix.
And guys, in addition to that scoring, he was absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. A complete two-way game for him. Finished with 3 steals.
What a shot!
Oh, yeah, amazing!
That wouldn't count.
Unreal.
OMG, that's how you silence a crowd.
And so we wrap up the first half. Trailblazers out in front, up by 7. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, what was the area of emphasis for your team during the first half?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We buckle down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays. You know, challenging every possession count, and we're doing that the first half.
I know you want to keep it going in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
C.J. McCollum, one of the more creative scorers in the league, Ernie. Just has that feel for the game. Carry your offense just like you did in the first half.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed. And their competition showed just the opposite. They wanted it more. You can't give up a ton of extra possessions in a game like this and expect to win.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Brooks is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Morant. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Melton in at the 2.
Big-time drive from Lillard, and the contact. He has the mindset just to slough it off.
Here's Morant. Lays it up off the glass. Morant's got 25 points.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And that mid-range jump shot discouraged for many players, but not for C.J. McCollum.
I love the way that C.J. can just wind his way to spots on the floor and speeds up when he wants to, not when the defense is asking him to.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard numbers.
And the first one drops.
The 2013 draft comes up, and the 10th pick is announced as C.J. McCollum out of Lehigh. And a lot of people said, who is this guy? Not a lot of people say that now, Kevin.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. Anthony on the double team. And it's Brooks in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Inside, Anthony. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds to Portland. Always in possession. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Bucket is good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Morant passes to Brooks to the middle. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut back down to single digits on a much-needed basket there from Morant.
Proving how dominant he can be. When Morant is shooting with confidence, it really allows him to take over.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Grizzlies shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
And it's Memphis on the break. Anderson with the ball. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Lillard. Here's McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
Good hands by Lillard. You cannot get lazy or he'll pick your pocket and go the other way.
Right, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players. Bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
Back to Ariza. Five on the clock. McCollum outside. Here's Whiteside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Now Morant. He's got 27. Here's Melton. And it's Memphis with another. So timeout called here. The first for Portland. Some changes for Memphis. Jackson, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. Trailblazers leading by 6. And now, here's Hazonia. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Whiteside, good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Memphis has gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Melton feeling it out a bit. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. It's good. Hazonia's got his first basket of the night.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Jackson misses.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
With the teardrop.
Good intensity on defense. Kyle Anderson using the length that time and timing it well to get the rejection.
And so here's Memphis. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Here's Melton. He's got 10. And Whiteside sends it back. And it's out of bounds to Portland. I'll retain possession. And a chance to take a look at some numbers from McCollum.
And if you measure a player's effectiveness by his passing, he's been very effective lately. Look at his assists in the last 10 games compared to the rest of the season. He's in the midst of a great run.
Here's Hazonia. Here's Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
Whiteside has been the show tonight, putting up some monster numbers.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Jackson. There's the 3. Portland grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Simons taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Here's Melton. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
The pass to Whiteside. Here's Simons. Pass to Trent. 6 to shoot. Baseline jumper. Good on the bucket. Trent's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
A little mid-ranger is going to be an easy shot for him when he's got that much of a size advantage.
Pass to Melton. Shoots a 3. Here's Valanciunas, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Grizzlies have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. He missed the well, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I got to do it at home. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with them.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
Outside for Jackson. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, when Jackson's shooting like this off the pass, I just think he's so much better. Good preparation with the feet that time.
Pass to Swanigan. Here's Trent, guarded by Valanciunas. Ring shot on the way. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Outside, Jones. And there's the pass to Valanciunas. Goes up on the wing. Swanigan pulls it in. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it to the Portland Trailblazers. Over to the wing. Trent passes to McCollum. Down low. Here's Whiteside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Once his team got Whiteside the ball that close to the bucket, the defense is absolutely at his mercy.
Free throw, good. Whiteside. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And both free throws good from Whiteside.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Back to Jones. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on Shooter.
Trent passes to Whiteside. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Trent gets the bucket. Trent's got 11 points.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Jones against Anthony. And Anthony sends it back to the inside. Trent gets the bucket. Trent's got 11 points here in just the second half.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for a little. And Memphis making a change here. Outside, Jones. Ariza brings the double. Chang against Whiteside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Hassan Whiteside. Grizzlies have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight. And he makes the first. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. And Jang drops them both.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Stolen by Jackson. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it, the fast break chance. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
There's 1:26 left in the third quarter. That's a 2 from Lillard. They get it back. McCollum, and terrific work on the offensive glass when he picks up 2. McCollum's got 8 points in the quarter. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Here's Morant. The shot from the low post is good.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Yeah, doing anything he can right now to get his team to cut into this lead and give them a chance. He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Stolen by McCollum. And the rejection by Jang. And they're able to recover. And Lillard gets it to go.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
To the paint, here's Brooks. He can't get that one to fall. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
There's the lob to Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Like to see that play set up. Got to have 2 guys on the same page, and Josh Jackson finishes it off with an exclamation point.
And it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo has to be in position for plays like that. That time, perfect position.
Morant with it. He dishes it to Jones. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
How about the range on that jump shot? I love seeing this guy when he's in form.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Portland leading by 14. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Trent in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Ariza trying to break loose. McCollum no good. And it's Jones with the ball for Memphis. Down low. And there's Jackson on the assist by Morant. Jackson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Grizzlies. Lillard the pass to Trent. Jones against McCollum. Out to Anthony. Finds himself wide open and drills it. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
Quick fire on that shot. Melo with the catch-and-shoot jumper. No defense for that play.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on C.J. McCollum. That one is off. Whiteside's checked in for Portland. Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Tyus Jones. Second free throw, no good.
That's a strange trip because typically he's pretty much money from there.
Here's Ariza. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Ariza, much improved as a free thrower over the course of his career.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Trevor Ariza. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here's Melton. Passes it to Morant. Inside, Melton. Anthony with the defensive effort.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Cullen passes to Anthony. Anthony drawing the double team. Drains it from 17 feet out. 19 points for Hassan Whiteside.
That's big. If Whiteside steps up like that, can face you up and knock down stuff for distance, it adds a huge dimension to the offensive set.
Here's Morant. Buries it down low.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
Ariza finds McCollum. Takes the 13-footer. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. McCollum's got 28 points for the game.
How about CJ's focus on that play? The defense right up in his face, keeps his eyes on target, and buries it.
Now here's Morant. Covered by Lillard. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing. And also,
this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Brooks with no one around. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
Well, he just nailed his second three of the half, guys. I'd be very aware of that if I were the defense right now.
Here's McCollum. Count that bucket. McCollum's got 14 points now in the second half.
That is some touch right there shown by CJ, anticipating he was going to get bumped, but still had his eyes on the prize, Kevin.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
A rangy 6'8", Ariza finishing with force.
Here's Melton. Here's the floater. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jang.
Tough to match up with Kyle Anderson because of how quirky he plays. Changing speeds, plays slow, but sees the floor remarkably well.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Pass to Brooks. Back to Anderson. Pass to Melton. 4 on the clock. Puts up a 3. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's McCollum. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 7 rebounds in the game. Kicks it to Morant. Anderson trying to free himself up. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Morant. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Now a timeout called by Portland.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
And when he's been on the floor, it has been a clinic in rim protection and shot blocking. He's played the defense of 3 men tonight. His block total has gotten to a point you almost never see in an NBA game.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
You see the quickness there. Once Morant feels like he's got a step on you, it's over.
Lillard looking around. Shoots over Morant. Lillard misses. The Grizzlies trail by 12, and it's Memphis on the break. And McCollum with the block. Hands the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. On the wing, Brooks. Ariza covering. To the middle. Here's Morant. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Morant's got 39.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back again.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Morant. And here's Whiteside. That's a 2 from Lillard, and that one goes long. Brooks against Lillard to the inside. Morant, he gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Lillard, right side. Whiteside finds Lillard. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Here's Anthony, plenty of space. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Anthony's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
And that one's good. Morant.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The pass to McCollum. Unloads from 13. That one wide left.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Anthony with the block. But they get it back. Valanciunas passes to Melton. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Jones checked in for Morant. Trailblazers leading by 5. And Anthony gets double teamed. Here's Whiteside. Ariza outside. Shoots it. Just 5 on the clock. The offensive rebound. No good. Shot missing. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Anderson. Rebound by the Trailblazers. McCollum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lillard attacking, and he comes up with the deuce.
And there's the problem. Lillard just too quick and too shifty to stop cold on any dribble drive.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Jones against Lillard. Outside, Jones. He blocks it again. You've got to have a better effort against him.
Sending back everything.
And there's a minute 45 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3.
Well, he typically carries such a heavy load on offense. Lillard shows the energy to get it done on defense as well.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. Pass it to Whiteside. Grizzlies with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeded. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Kyle Anderson getting physical with the defense that time. That helps him draw the contact.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. Second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
It's good. That's now 32 points for C.J. McCollum.
Uh-oh. C.J. McCollum has that look in his eye. Confidence is growing. And the Portland team now in great shape offensively.
Down low. And McCollum with the slam.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Great job there getting the defense to commit one way, and then Lillard has the body control to pull up the other. Nails the quick jump.
Jones against Lillard. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Lillard up top, defended by Jones. Lillard outside. And it's Ariza in the corner. And so it's Portland winning this one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you